Hello, my name is John W. Brown. Welcome to my world. Who am I and why am I doing this video? I am a novelist. I am a songwriter, primarily country music and pop music. I am a mental health professional. I am a son. I'm a brother. I'm a cousin. I'm a godfather. I'm a friend. I am a human being who has immeasurable talent and a plethora of gifts, and my goal is to share those talents and gifts with the world and to positively affect lives and to have others positively affect my life as well. This has been a long time coming. I had intended to start making videos probably over a year ago, but life gets complicated and your priorities shift. But today, March 19th, 2011, here I am. So, what is my goal? Why am I going to join the millions of other people who make videos? Well, my goal is to make the world smaller by increasing the number of interactions between people, not just in this country, the U.S., but worldwide. And like I said, to help people live better lives and to be effective and positively influenced by others. So with that, I guess I'll begin. I found myself thinking about my biological father recently, and that's not something I do very often. Last 2 weeks ago, actually, I celebrated my 34th birthday, and I went to the doctor for a physical, which is something I generally do on my birthday every year. And the doctor's going through family history. I could easily address my mom's side of the family. So I'm telling him that there's a history of heart disease, stroke, things along those lines. And then he asked about my father. And I really couldn't answer any of those questions. And that bothered me a little bit, not knowing half of who I am. But it is what it is, and I was very, very fortunate that when I was 4, my mother got with the man who I call my father, and he's a wonderful man. He accepted me as his son, and for the past 30 years, that is the only man who I have ever known as daddy, and that will never change. Despite his flaws, he's mine, and that's not going to happen. Nothing's going to change that. But anyway, it just bothered me that I don't know anything about the man who is partially responsible for my existence. Couldn't tell you much about him. From what my mom told me, he was athletic. He ran track in high school, and I did as well, and I also played tennis, so it's possible that there's a connection there in terms of attributes and characteristics and traits that I may have gotten from him. She said he's intelligent, so am I. She said he liked rock music. I love music. What you're hearing in the background is Natalie Cole. But the key is, for me, I've always given my mother credit for everything I've done. Whether it's going to undergrad and grad school and achievements and honors I've received, I've always given my mother full credit for that. And she deserves most of it because she's the one who stayed. But it wasn't until recently that I really understood that I am not just my mother's son. My biological father, his genetics, it's a part of who I am. And I would just like to go on the record and say that I don't hate him at all. I read somewhere that it's pathological for any organism to hate itself, and if I were to hate my biological father, I would be hating a part of me, and that is unhealthy as far as I'm concerned. Do I want to see him? Not really. Could I make that happen? It wouldn't be that difficult to track him down, but I wish him well. He's living his life doing the things that he needs to do, and who knows? It's possible that our paths will cross, and I believe I'm better prepared for it now than I would have been maybe 5 or 10 years ago when there was some bitterness or resentment toward him. People are human, and overall I think we do the best we can. Sometimes people are opportunistic and they take advantage of people's vulnerabilities, but I'm here, and it took 2 flawed people to get me here, and every day is a struggle for me to be myself and to be the man that I'm supposed to be, and that's an ongoing process. But, you know, I owe my existence to both my mother and my father, and I love them both. So, I guess I'm interested to see what other people have to say about this. I certainly know I'm not the only person who had an absentee parent, and so, you know, and I love family dynamics, and I do believe God puts people in your life, and it's possible for a person who may not have had an ideal child rearing in terms of having the nuclear mom, dad, and all that stuff, but it's possible to be surrounded by loving individuals. I had a very, very wonderful childhood. I was surrounded by aunts and uncles and cousins and friends, and I would not trade that, even if it meant having my biological father in my life. I would never do that, even if I could. But yeah, give me some feedback, you know, guys and gals. Let me know what your experiences were like in terms of not being raised by your biological mother or your biological father. Well, that's enough for today. I got some things I need to do. In closing, I'd like to say that this is my attempt at making the world a more hospitable, pleasant, affirming, and nurturing place. And my question is, what is yours? Until next time, take it easy.